Hi. So, I wanted to say a few things about um, purpose. So, what is purpose? What What is your purpose? What is my purpose? Why do we do the things we do? Why are we the way that we are? It's, I suppose, what is the purpose of life? And maybe some insight into that question. And I guess that starts with the question itself. Why do we need to know our purpose? Why do we ask ourselves that question? And there really there really isn't a one size fits all answer. So I guess to answer that question, it's more helpful to ask yourself what you want, not what you think you want, not what you, I guess, feel you want, what you know you want. What's your truth? What do you actually, what drives you in this world? What's specific to you as an individual? Do you want to jump off your chair and go and do right now if you had the opportunity? What are you doing right now? So, are you thinking about, are you thinking about, so what do I want to do with my life? What could be my purpose in life? Are you getting any answers? Or is there lots of conflicting answers? Is there, oh, well, somebody said I was good at this, and there's a good possibility that maybe I should do that. How about instead of asking the question, what's my purpose? Maybe it's easier and more helpful to realize what your purpose is not. Have you learnt over the course of the few years that you've been alive what you don't like, who you're not? Have you tried it out? Have you tried these things and just not right for you. From that place, I guess there's more questions, isn't there? There's more questions. And then, so if I don't like that, maybe I like this. So you try to get to this. You try to get there. And most of the time, you don't. You don't quite get there, do you? You want this experience. You want this opportunity to, I guess, experience something different. However, there always, I'm not going to say always, but sometimes there's things that stop you. So it's more about asking the question, not about, okay, so I know what I don't like. I've been with this type of person in a relationship. I've experienced this type of job. I've went and done what they all said was amazing and I didn't like it. So if what everybody else is doing isn't fun and what you want to do isn't considered fun, I guess, do you have the courage enough to say, well, it's just not for me. It's for you, and maybe it's for the 100 of you that are doing it in my life, but I might be the only one that it's not for. Oh, but you'll love it. Oh, it's so great. It's amazing that you've done it. It's not for you. And you don't want to do that thing. You don't want to. It doesn't feel right. I guess. You know that it's not right for you. So, what does that mean? What does that mean when everybody else enjoys a certain thing? And you've realised, shit, I don't really enjoy that. Is there something wrong with me? Why don't I enjoy that? I'll make myself enjoy that. It's alright, just so I can fit in, you know? And so you do it. And you do it. And you do it. And you pretend. You pretend to enjoy it. You pretend to believe that it's part of you, and just know deeply that it's not for you. So why do we do it then? And why is the majority of people wired up within their minds, wired to do what everybody else does? And I mean, they're the questions, I guess. If you're asking those questions, they're questions that are going to unlock a deeper truth. Not for them, maybe not straight away anyway, but for you. So, have you ever asked yourself the question, what do I want? What do I want? What do I? What do I want? Not what they want. What's true for me? What makes me feel passion and excitement and gets me off this chair? They're the questions that I guess you can ask yourself, and you may not get an answer. So why is there no answer straight away? Because you can Google, what should I do? What's something fun I can do? And you'll have a big list of shit to do that's there that everybody else does, and I've tried all of that. I've tried it. And I tell people I like it. I tell people, yeah, fuck yeah, that's great. It's amazing. And yeah, it might be enjoyable. However, is it more about what they say about the thing? Or is it more about how they perceive you because you're doing that thing that they love, and so they'll like you. They'll have to like you, and yeah, they will. They will. They will think you're great, and they will. Want you to do these things more and more with them, and etc. And you think maybe sometimes to yourself that, well, is this it? Is this what it's about? This thing, this life thing? Which is about just doing what everybody else does and pretending to enjoy it. Pretending to be somebody that is perceived as somebody who doesn't want to rock the boat. Because if you say, I don't like doing that, and they say, are you serious? You don't like that? What is wrong with you? Why wouldn't you not like this? And you might have a whole group of people saying this to you. And your reactive pattern is to feel shame. Shame of what? So you feel the shame, and then the thought pattern is, there's something wrong with me, they're right. Why don't I like this shit that everybody else likes? Is there something wrong with me? Is there something I can do to change myself so that I don't have to experience this again? with people being upset with me and judging me? Is there something else that I can do? The answer is there something else you can do? Yes. So what do you do? Well, you can stop believing. Stop believing the little story that is around an emotion of shame. So how do you do that? Can you just allow the emotion to be there? Are you willing to let go of the familiar? So when I say that, let go of the familiar situation, let go of the familiar people. Is that what I mean? Or let go of your attachment to that story. So to do that is tough. Because why is the story there? How did it get there? Why do so many people believe this story? And if everybody else believes this story secretly, and some people will tell you, so how could it be wrong, I guess? How could the story be wrong if everybody else is believing it as well? So who are you not to believe that? So you should feel ashamed for not wanting to do those things, not enjoying those things that they all tell you to enjoy. The question is, shame, guilt, I guess, why is it there? Why do we feel shame? So, as we've looked at, the trigger is disapproval from others. So that triggers the feeling of shame, which in turn triggers a thought pattern. So you're going to feel not amazing, and then the thought patterns start. Yeah, maybe they're right. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe I shouldn't trust myself. Maybe I should listen to them. These thought patterns. And what do these thought patterns do when you believe them? So, to believe that story, it intensifies the feeling of shame, doesn't it? Yeah. You feel more ashamed. And shame's quite an uncomfortable type feeling, isn't it? Depending on the degree of it. So, the question is, are you willing to experience the emotion, the feeling of shame, and letting go of that story? Letting go of that pattern. So I'm not saying reacting in defense and saying, I'm allowed to not like that because I'm an individual and I like to do what I want to do. You know, I'm not talking reacting. Because the act of reaction is actually the opposite of acceptance. So what are we accepting? What do we have to allow ourselves to accept? Do we accept that they're pissed off with us? Yeah, I guess so. They feel they're allowed to be. What we accept is emotion itself. So the actual experience of that emotion. So allowing that emotion to express itself. So either just taking a breath, focusing your attention on the emotion itself, where it is in the body. Is it hard to breathe? Is there a temperature to it? Is there a size to it? Where is it coming from? How is it moving? Is it moving around in circles? Is it pulsating? Is it going up and down? Where is the location in your body? Breathing into the emotion. Understanding that where that particular emotion comes from and why it's there is understanding I guess the purpose of life. So, to recap, in that moment, you've decided that who you are at this moment is not exactly who you want to be. So, without resistance to that, from a place of acceptance, that's okay. However, in this moment, you're choosing to let go of what everybody else likes. You're choosing to let go of a part of who you perceive yourself to be. That part is, governed by other people. So, how is it that belief system exists within your being, inside of your personality, inside of who you think you are, inside of who they think you are, inside of who you believe yourself to be. It's quite a simple choice. I just do what I want to do. Lots of people say that. However, when it comes to the crunch, to let go of that emotional attachment of shame, which is going to be basically shame that you've been taught to believe you must keep going. You must keep that shame going, because if you don't do what everybody else does, there must be something wrong with you. Do you think that that is a choice? If you could live the perfect life that you want, which the life that you want. Let's take out the word perfect. Let's say the ideal version of you. Do you think that ideal version of you has shame about what they do, what they want to do? No. So, in essence, I guess, what is the underlying belief around that structure of shame? I should be ashamed of who I am and what I want to do and what I choose. Why? Because you say so. Because you tell me I should be. So therefore, I tell myself I should be. And everybody else around me, not everybody, people around me who also believe this about me will reiterate this, and they will I guess push the point. Really? You don't like that? Really? So you know, I can't believe you don't like that. I can't believe it. Believe it, mate. So you're kind of believing other people what you think that they what you believe that they want for you, and believing that, as opposed to just doing what the fuck you want to do. Just doing what you want to do with your life. Putting your attention back to where it belongs, which is back on your own shit, back on your own life, back on your individuality. They might say, you're boring, you're uninteresting, you're this, you're that, you're... And it doesn't really have a particular theme. It's just their judgment. It's what they think. It's what they believe about you. So I guess it's more about not what you want to believe about yourself. I'll just create a new belief system about myself. Possibly. That can work. It's more about what isn't true. So, if the belief system of I should feel ashamed of myself for what I want, I should want what everybody else wants, I should not say what I really feel. I am afraid of people's opinions. So if those types of belief systems are present, is it helpful? Is it the person you want to be? Do you want to be like the rest of them? You can if you want, it's easy. Are you wanting, willing? Are you ready to move through those emotional patterns and being okay with feeling the feeling of the what people call shame, what we've labelled as shame. So why is shame there? Why is it there? So if it's not part of who we are, why is it there? It's there to tell us who we're not. And it exists as a group of thought patterns around an emotion. And it's taught. It's taught. So, who would teach us this? Who, in their right mind, would benefit from this? And the answer is others who had some kind of influence around us, over us, when we were little, and we were learning who we are, we're learning who we could be, we're learning that we are okay with ourselves as individuals, and expressing ourselves as our own passions, our own drives, our own reasons, I guess, that we want to experience this life, I guess. So in that moment, that I've just outlined is one situation of a pattern that's been taught to us to make us believe we are supposed to attach a story to a feeling that was meant to teach us who we're not. So, what kind of person would teach her? I guess a child or a young person this belief system about themselves. The answer is somebody who believes this shit themselves. They believe that you should be just like them. They believe that to see you to be an individual, to see you shine and do what you want to do, say what you want to say, and be who you want to be, they believe that that is not who you are. They believe that that is not who anyone is. They believe that is not what they are. So I guess it makes sense when you look at it from that perspective. You look at how those belief systems attach themselves subconsciously to part of the identity that is given to us by other people. So it makes sense that they would want us to believe these things about ourselves so that they never have to face the truth about themselves. So they project that onto the people around them. And it's not that they tell you this is what you are. They treat you like there's something wrong with you. So they get angry at you. They might yell. They might ignore. They might lie. They'll tell you, oh, you haven't done anything wrong, and you feel like you have done something wrong. So they want you to believe you've done something wrong. Also, you know they're lying. So they want you to distrust your own internal guidance system. It's just one pattern of many. So, what from a young age was supposed to take place in order to not believe, but just know that we are as we are. And that's it. We are as we are. And that's nothing else is needed from that place. Without looking for approval or validation for basically being alive from that place. That's where creativity is born. We just are, we are. There's nothing else needed. We're alive. We live. We breathe. We play. We laugh. We have fun. We break shit. We fall over. We get back up. We cry. We allow. We accept that there are little moments of emotion. We know that that's not who we are. We know the emotion is a guidance system. We know that we allow the emotion to be there and to learn to hold our attention unconditionally on those little pockets of emotion. And give those little parts of who we are becoming unconditional love and attention, which is to be okay with those feelings and know that it's okay. So we accept, we give attention to ourselves We accept that there's laughter and joy and sadness as part of life. And as every moment is as it is. And we ourselves are the purpose of life. In each moment, as we live and we breathe, in each moment, as we imagine possibilities, and we know, we just know that whether the thing happens or not that we imagine, in this moment, the act of taking time to imagine these things is pretty great. And then we're alive. We get to experience how those possibilities come to light. We get to learn how to follow our own guidance systems. As individuals, we all have our own individual purpose. That is simply by listening and being in every moment, accepting exactly the reality that life is what we are. Not what we're told to be. We can be whatever we want. be. Whoever we want. We have the tools in every moment to achieve exactly what we want. It's about letting go of the accumulation of stories that we were told to believe. So that's a moment by moment unfolding. And listening to the emotions that come up moment to moment and choosing to step out of what your mind is telling you about who you are. So letting go of the idea that we have to believe everything that has been planted in our subconscious mind. Letting go of each story around each emotion that actually keeps the emotion from letting go. Stories like wish I was more. Because right now just not quite. It's not quite it yet. It's just not quite there. It's not quite enough yet. Realizing that in every moment, no matter what you feel, no matter what, if those thought patterns are playing in your mind, as you sit here, as you walk, as you run, as you drive, as you work, as you play, as you're seen, as you're heard, exactly in your particular situation right now. There's nothing needed. There's nothing needed. From this place, you can do what you want. You can be who you want to be. Just start. Or don't. Or chill. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, I feel bored. So, I feel mildly anxious because I feel I need to go do something and I need stimulation. Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with the feeling of boredom. It's a story that we tell ourselves about who we are when we feel that emotion. I need to go do something. I need to go watch TV. My life's so boring. I need to go do this. I need to go do that. Do you want to go do it? Do it. Stimulate the mind is healthy. However, you need is probably the story. Which is the learned belief system. That other people and the world and the media and your teachers and your parents have taught you. And the emotion of boredom is not okay. You need to go do something about that. Quick. You're becoming a boring person. People won't like you. let them. It's not about them. It's about you. Do you want to let go? Are you ready to accept those emotions unconditionally, which is no time frame? No time frame is needed. And just let those emotions be as they are. Whatever emotions they are. And know you can always accept this moment and how you feel. Exactly. As it is. Letting go of any need to do anything about how you feel. So, how do you feel right now? Is it okay? Is it okay to just accept that right now? Accept that. And from that place, just do what you want to do. Just be who you want to be. It's okay. It's okay to do what you want to do. It's okay if they don't like it. It's okay if it's not what they're doing. So, peace.